What's going on, you guys? Simpsons Man here, and well, I'm back finally. Look, 2018 was pretty rough. Had my dog; he passed away. We had a hurricane that pretty much leveled the entire city. Just store got shut down. Disney bought Fox. I mean, hell, there was a lot of shit that happened 2018. But you know what? We're gonna kick it into high gear with 2019. And do another one of these Ask the Simpsons Man segments. This is going to be part 4 of the segment. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking around. I'm going to make this video, I would say short, but looks like we got a lot of questions. So I'm just going to kind of go through about maybe 20 of them or so and just kind of see how we do. So as you've seen all the other ones, I always choose the very first one. It looks like the very first one is from our buddy Thumbs. And he asks, what would you say your favorite song is from the Simpsons episode? For example, The Monorail is one of my favorites. So that's a pretty good one to start off with, because I could second that and honestly say that the Monorail song is one of my favorites too. I mean, it was a great episode. They tied it in with a great song. I would also, I'm not going to say favorite song. Let's just say songs. Let's just edit his question and say that Canyonero, like that one's random as hell, but super, super funny episode. Dr. Seuss, Whacking Day, whenever Appu sings Who Needs the Quickie Mart, and probably the Stonecutters. There we go. Yeah, Stonecutters definitely have to be on the top of that list. I'd say number 1 or 2 out of all the top of it. Such a great episode, and then the whole fact that they made a song for it for their little organization, icing on the cake. So let's just stick with that one. All right. Question number 2 comes from The Simpsons All Day, and they ask, who would you rather? Marge, Edna, Maud, and why? You know what I mean. And he's got some little devil emojis, which I guess I kind of know what he means. What the hell? I guess I should have. Usually I kind of screened some of these questions before, but I mean, whatever. It's kind of a weird question. I guess Maud. I don't know. I guess let's just say Maud for who would I rather out of the 3 of the ladies that he chose from The Simpsons? All right, let's just go ahead and go to that next question, because that one was kind of odd. Stray Cat 6. If you had to live in Springfield and be a character from the show for a whole month, who would you choose and why? It's kind of similar to some of the older questions I've had in some of the other videos. I always choose Homer, and like I've said in the other ones, is he barely works. He just lays around all day. He's always getting to some kind of new adventure. He's eating donuts. He's drinking beer. Let's just say Homer. I would alter a version of Homer. Sometimes he's kind of a piece of shit dad. And there's a few other things I would like to alter about him. But for the most part, I'll just stick with Homer still. Great question. All right, don't know how to say this one, so I'm just gonna say Laws at Sack 1. Okay. What do you think was the worst season? Honestly, I can't answer that one. A lot of the newer seasons are kind of hit and miss, but I still like a lot of the newer episodes. Some episodes they're kind of like some are like really spot on, but for a whole season, honestly, Laws at Sack 1, I don't know. Maybe if I had to watch every single season back to back and binge it for a couple weeks or so, I could possibly, maybe there's one that's strong or not as strong as the other, but it might have to be season 24. I honestly, I don't know. Just one of the newer ones. Okay, so that's all for that one. Next one, Black Heart 187. Least, okay, same question, same answer, just don't know. All right, let's just keep going. Holy crap. Okay, this one's a long one. All right, so we'll do our best. Robbie Glover. I think I've seen him ask a couple questions before, so thank you for asking another one. If this is another one, but if not, thank you anyways. If you could have one thing from The Simpsons for their 30th anniversary, what would it be? This could be a physical item or something they do in a special episode or something. Also, what do you think of Sam and Larry the Barflies? Do you like the fact that these characters are so background yet recognizable to us? Or would you like to see them involved in the show more? Sometimes less is more than what you think. Huh. Two great questions. All right. First one, 30th anniversary. I would say the announcement, because they couldn't just drop a movie out of nowhere. I mean, I guess they could if they wanted to, but I'd say the announcement of a movie saying, hey guys, here's The Simpsons. It's been real, but the movie's coming out in like 2021 and that'll wrap up the show. We'll see if that happens. That's something I would like to see. As for the Barflies, nah, I think they're good as they are. So some shows, let's say Shameless, maybe like the TV show Shameless has those guys at the bar that they're not really like main characters, but they're just kind of like barflies. Same thing with The Simpsons. Like, they're not like prime real estate characters. They're just like, like they're just like some rando guys at the bar. Like, we'll leave Sam and Larry, but the cool thing is that the newest Kid Robot figures, they did have Sam and Larry, the Barflies, in those, so that was actually pretty cool of Kid Robot to do. So, great questions. Alright, we'll just kind of move down, we'll move down, oh, I kind of highlighted that one. Okay, Allison Davis asks, in your life, who is the person you would associate most with the Simpsons character? What character do you most identify with? Let's say, man, so it's kind of hard to associate with just one character because I would have to almost pick certain like areas off of one character or qualities off of one character. So I could say like certain parts of Homer, like I get it, I could understand how, you know, what he does and, you know, how he does things. I like Rainier Wolfcastle, so we'd have to merge Rainier Wolfcastle with Homer and Bart. Let's just say Bart too. Like for his person, like those three personalities would have to all merge into maybe one, and that's who I could associate myself with. So just one character, no. But let's put those three together, and that's, you know, that'd be a little bit closer. So thank you for the questions. All right, what's the smartest thing? We're gonna skip through a few. What's your best mode line? So this is what Roll Alpha Dad asked. What's your best mode line? Well, a lot of time, man. Actually, I just watched this episode yesterday. Principal Skinner and him are talking, and the camera like pans down whenever he's saying something to him, and he's like, "Hey, you don't like my bags?" And he's, you know, Mo for his shoes has sandwich bags, or, you know, sandwich bags as his shoes on his feet, and it kind of just goes to show you, like, I wouldn't say a scumbag, but Mo is kind of like a weird, skeezy, always hitting on Marge, like low life-ish type of person. So, you don't like my bags? I mean, that's not like a famous Mo line. I mean, he probably has some other Mo lines, like the Stink Line one. Someone had actually mentioned that earlier. Actually, it might have been on this post that I saw it the other day. I'm not sure, but that's the Stink Lines one. When the little girl drew the stink lines at the family feed place. But I would say you don't like my bags. Not a classic Mo line or anything, but it was just a funny part that he said because he was so just genuine about his shoes, and then he's like, what, you don't like my bags? Like, no, we don't like your bags, Mo. They're sandwich bags. Like, come on, dude. All right, let's keep going. Blasting. Okay, Queen X Wasp. She asks, if you had to choose an episode to live out, which one would you choose? Man, you guys with the questions today, holy crap. Like, I would go back to something we were talking about a little earlier and say the Stonecutters. Like, yeah, Stonecutters would be pretty good episode, except I would kind of alter it a little bit. Like, I would be Homer in the Stonecutters, but I wouldn't be so much of an ass, and I wouldn't want them to make the No Simpsons Man Club or anything at the end. I would just reside in peace, you know, with my brothers, my brotherhood of stonecutters, and yeah, I think I could go with that. Like stonecutters, that's a good one. So let's just move to the next one. Wait, hold on a second. He just asked. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, 2 questions. Okay, he asked one. He asked the worst season earlier, but let's see if he redeems himself with a better question. Because that was a good question that he asked, but that was just honestly, it was too hard. So let's see. Hardest collectible to find. Okay, so I've actually answered this before. I'll post a picture of it too, but I've actually answered this before in other videos. A lot of people like to ask this one, but I honestly think it's the Save Blinky Bart. So Bart's it's like a little Bart figure, and he's wearing a Save Blinky t-shirt. And the only way you're able to get it back in the days, you had to like collect these like coupons or manufacturers coupons from the actual toys and send them in. And I've only seen one in my existence, and I think that was like on eBay, but I've actually never seen one in real life. And I've only heard of a few that actually exist. Like, prove me wrong, you know, that's fine, but like, they're rare as hell. So there could be more, you know, other rare items. They only made like, you know, like special jackets they made for like the season 10 premiere and stuff, that there's only maybe like 10 of them out in the whole world. But like, for what I think of, yeah, I would say the Save Blinky. So that was a good question. So let's, we're gonna skip one, go to the next one here. Let's scroll this a little bit. Don't BRVDYYY, so don't I really say that. We'll just stick it with that. So, who do you think would be the worst family / person to live with in Springfield? It can't be the Simpsons family. So I would say, if it was the Simpsons family, I probably would say Homer, because he's always borrowing Ned's shit like all the time. But since you said not the Simpsons family, I would say, let's see, Snake. Yeah, Snake. Let's stick with it. He's a crook. He's always stealing stuff. He's always doing bad things. Like, why would you want your next door neighbor to be like a felon that's always like doing bad things? So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Snake. Sorry, dude, but Snake. All right. So next one is going to be O'Marl 179. Is that how you say it? Sure. Do you think Chief Wiggum is really Ralph's dad? So I made a post about this a few weeks ago, and I mean, yeah, I would say yes, but there are some pretty good fan theories out there that Eddie the cop is his dad, and the only theory is that his hair matches the same as Ralph's. But the Simpsons have also said like they've changed up some of the characters' looks like over time, and this would be one of them. So I would say yes, because the other one's really just a theory, but it's still a pretty good theory to like. It's a pretty funny theory. All right, we're going to skip down some of the bigger ones. There we go. This one. C.A. Chu, maybe Chu Lewis. Chow Lewis. Chu Lewis. Okay. If you could visit Springfield, what obscure place would you like to visit? I would say the Quickie Mart. Nah, that's not really obscure. How about the Springfield Gorge? That's actually, yeah, let's just stick, yeah, I'm gonna do that one. Springfield Gorge. I think it'd be a pretty cool visit. Like, scenic, like, it'd look really nice. Same thing as that. I mean, am I gonna try to skateboard over it? No, but you know, it's still like, it would be a pretty cool little area to see. Be like, oh, hey, that's where Bart almost fell to his death. That's where Homer almost fell to his death. Like, yeah, so I'd say the Springfield Gorge. We'll go to the next one. Oh, I'm skipping one. Appu. Oh, these are kind of the same questions from, let's see, SG Williams 81 and Matt Wotes. Do you think Appu will ever appear again? Of course I do. I mean, it's a cartoon. People get too offended in 2018. It was crazy last year. People were just crazy. And I can understand people getting offended by the whole Appu thing. I'm not going to talk about that because I'm just not going to voice my opinion about that, really. It's a crazy situation. He's been around from the start, so yeah, I think they're going to put him in. Now, if they put him in, he might be a background character. He might not be like, hey, it's Appu, I'm just gonna be talking the whole time. No, I think he might just be in the show, maybe just not a lot of voice, because that was the whole, you know, being voiced by Hank Azaria, blah blah blah, like whatever. 2018, like we'll see what happens. All right, let's hit up a big one. It's Matt. Whoa, oh no, we just did that one. Anarchy Hollywood. All right. What was the first piece or earliest memory in your Simpsons collection? My grandmother gave me a 1990 Burger King Bart Simpson doll for Christmas that year, sorry. Still have it, minus the paper skateboard. Yeah, because they did have, okay, all 5 of them. Yeah, so that was weird. Like, the Burger King toys, like, back in the day, like, were legit as hell. Like, 1990, like, you got a huge, like, figure toy, like a big plush toy. Like, you didn't get some little made in China, even though those are probably made in China, like little 1-inch little doll or figure that could break like nowadays. But back in the day, it was like hey, here's a huge plush toy. And I don't think, because I mean, this was like 1990, so I don't have any remembrance of that. I was way young, but I don't think they were free. I want to say they were like an extra $2.99 or something. Anyways, I'm getting off point here. And yeah, they did come with these little paper like skateboard saxophone, like kind of attached to it, which was like, I guess a good idea, but it was made out of paper. Like, they could have just made a little plastic one. But well, like I said, getting off subject here. What's mine is, I would say Simpsons Pogs. I remember going to Walmart with my parents, and we would always, like, just all the time, just get these Pogs. If you don't know what Pogs are, then obviously you're too young, but look it up. Pogs, like, they were a big thing in the 90s. I guess they could be coming back. Doubt it. I mean, I made some Alf Pogs actually last year. They were pretty funny with a couple of the other Simpsons characters also. But yep, I think I'm kind of dating myself here with the years and everything here. But let's just say Pogs. All right, we're going to kind of skip. All right, next one. The Simpsons. What? Oh, the Impsons. I was just like, holy shit, the Simpsons. Like, no, the Impsons. Who do you think the unluckiest character is on the show? Well, I think we all know the answer to that. And I'm going to go ahead and say Gil, because he can't keep a job. He can't keep a life. People are always taking advantage of him, like always. So very simple. Gil, 100%, 1000% Gil. All right. Hello, Cowie. That name's, oh, that's one of the winners of the Halloween contest. Awesome. All right. So she asks, what is a Simpsons featured food and drink you would like to try in real life? Real life food, drink. Flaming Moe. Like an actual Flaming Moe, not like the universal sun-kissed one that they do. I've actually seen some people doing YouTubes, and I've actually been asked to do some YouTube videos on this to make a real Flaming Moe. So this year, since I'm going to be busting out a bunch of new videos, I think I'm going to try and attempt to make a real Flaming Moe and set it on fire, and hopefully I don't blow up my kitchen or anything, but let's see how it works. As for the food, the seafood place, Krusty, let's just do the Krusty Burger. Like, let's keep it simple. Krusty Burger is fine. Alright, let's go to, oh wow, okay, I see a couple of the same names on here again, but I think since I'm using this on my computer, it's not really showing like the replies to other people. It's showing the replies to other people, but not under their actual comment, which is kind of weird, but I mean, whatever. All right, let's just go back to this one. It's Kevin Clarity Music 954 Bih. Is that how you say it? Bih. Yeah, sure. All right. Do you ever think we'll get a Simpsons live action movie? He asks. Nah. I don't know. Take that back. With the whole Disney and Fox thing, like they kind of did it with the Lion King, and now like with Disney doing the whole Fox buyout thing, like I mean, I guess anything's possible, but I honestly think they should just make another movie, like a normal one, not a live action one. So I guess I started saying no, but like, you know, with the Disney thing, like that is it. Yeah, well, let's just say maybe. There, I can't give you a yes or no on that, because if Disney didn't buy out Fox, then I would say no right now. With them buying out Fox, like Disney just does whatever the hell they want to, so they could easily do a live action movie. So that's a good question, Kevin. Like, yeah, very good question. All right, the Simpsons Man. That's me. Okay. Oh, see, it's just it's not replying underneath. Okay, so Deja Nintendo. She's actually asked a couple questions before in all the other videos, but she asked, "What is your favorite Simpsons video game?" Mine is Bart's Nightmare. Wow. So the Simpsons game, Hit and Run, Bart's Nightmare, like for consoles, I would say those are probably my favorite. My number one favorite probably would be the actual arcade version of the Simpsons. So you just said video game, so that's technically a video game. So I would say the arcade one. The pinball machines are some of my favorite too. I love playing pinball machines. Who doesn't? And the Simpsons ones, they're pretty cool. But I would say the arcade stand-up version of the Simpsons, like that would be my favorite. So we're going to take a few more questions. Actually, that's the end of the list. So let's just do the last couple and we'll call it. So there we go. Billy Blaze is Fab asks, can you predict celeb guest appearances in 2019? Okay. I would just, I mean, not really. I don't know who's like, I guess I would have to say who's popular right now. Like, I know that Tiffany Haddish is always all over the internet. The Rock is all over the internet. Kevin Hart, just because he's always with The Rock. So now The Rock and Kevin Hart might have had a voice of The Simpsons. I guess I could have looked that up before I made the video. But I would say one of those three probably would be like just either a character on The Simpsons or a voice on The Simpsons. So good question. All right. Next one is going to be AJ_nuisance. Yeah. If you could end the show, how would you do it, and when would you have done it? All right. Well, that's one hell of a question. Honestly, I would have to, like, how could I do it? Okay, so it would have to do something with Hank Scorpio, like, because rumor had it that when they were going to make a second one, they were going to do it with Hank Scorpio. So I would say Hank Scorpio, or maybe do something extra with the Stonecutters. And man, every video I feel like I refer to the Stonecutters about 10 different times. Like, I just love that episode. So, and I can't be the only one that loves it. So let's just say something to do with Hank Scorpio and the Stonecutters. Does he join the Stonecutters? No, but let's just add them in. Like, Hank Scorpio, did he die at the end of that episode that he was on? I don't think he did. So with the whole doomsday device and like, no. So one of those two. Ending the show with the movie would be ideal, and I've said that so many times on all these episodes that I do, but when I started thinking about it the other day, I don't think they could close out the episode with a movie, because I feel like if they made a movie, even if it was bad to some people or great to some people, it would probably bring up some hype again for The Simpsons. So they dropped a movie, then all of a sudden people were just like, shit, I want some more episodes. Or people that haven't watched maybe people that haven't watched The Simpsons in years, like they watched it in their childhood, they have, they're 30, 40 years old, they're just like, man, maybe I should start watching the episodes again, and they just start diving right into some of the newer ones, or maybe they make some new episodes. So when would I have done it, or when would I want to do it? I would say probably within the next 5 years or so. So drop a movie in 2021, end the show 2023-ish, somewhere around there. I mean, that they've been around forever. Like, are we going to be around, or we're going to be around, but are they going to be around to say like, hey, 40th season episode or 50th? Like, that just sounds insane to me. So good question, AJ. And last but not least, or I guess last one, is the Retro World TV. And they ask, what's your favorite food that Homer eats? We all know that he eats a lot. Yeah, we do. I mean, he's pretty big. I mean, remember the episode that he wanted to even get bigger on purpose so he can go on disability. So wearing the moo-moo, one of my favorite episodes. But, we could talk about that one some other time. He's always eating donuts. Like, everyone knows that. Like, if you think of Homer and you think of donuts, like, That's it. Like if you Google Homer right now, I bet you some of the pictures will have something to do with donuts. Like the screenshot of Ask the Simpsons Man Part 4 has Homer and it has sprinkles in the background for donuts. Like you associate donuts and Homer all the time. So that was, I don't know how many questions that was, but it was definitely well over 20, maybe even closer to 30. That was good, guys. Like, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the questions. I really like doing these. I'm just going to keep going. Like, part 5 will be coming up. I'm not sure when, but I just want to say thank you so much for all the love and support you guys have shown me over the past 4 or 5 years that I've been doing Instagram. And you know, I've had my YouTube channel for a few years, but like I've honestly not done much on it except for this year. I'm gonna start just putting out videos, so I'm gonna start committing. 2019 is definitely gonna be the year that I start just posting more videos. I want to start doing more review videos, opening videos, collab videos, honestly anything that has to do with the Simpsons. So if there's if there's a different type of video, or if there's something in, you know, particular you want me to review, either if it's yours or something of my collection, just let me know. Just let me know in the comments. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm pretty good about always getting back to everybody. Yeah, like once again, I'd like to say thank you, everyone that's supported me. I mean, I love all you guys. We're going to do great things in 2019, so tell your friends, share the channel, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to like the video if you liked it, but you know, until next time, guys, thank you so much.